Hey, it's me, Hrishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Hrishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business, and current affairs.
Tadap is a craving. What do you crave for the most?
Happiness. I think that's a very important part of life. I feel like when you're happy, everything around you, just seems to work. And I think people forget that, that's a very important aspect of life. They're so busy in terms of work that they forget what happiness is. And I feel like that's something that's very, very important to me. And I wish, I continue to be as happy as I am today.
I'm talking to shallow level, like the middle of the night Theobroma cheesecake. So at a shallow level, what do you crave
What
for?
do I crave for? Just a nice burger,
I was going to say the same thing.
A nice burger, a nice...
Forget about the brands, but
Right.
what is it? Would you like a vegetarian burger, a chicken burger? What kind of burger are we talking about?
meat.
Nicely loaded one with
Like-
all the salads and the
Full of
veggies and
everything.
everything.
Yeah, and full of everything. Yeah. that's what I'm actually craving that now
Yeah,
because you
same,
brought it
same.
up. So
Thanks, guys. I'm thinking about a burger.
What dost thou crave?
Oh, gosh.
You can
well,
talk about the
apart
larger
from
one, like
burger.
there could be happiness, whatever. That and then at the shallow level.
Well, so non-shallow level, I think I'm going to go for peace of mind because this profession and
Nice.
just today's, just the time that we're in now after COVID and we're getting out of a very stressful, difficult, it's a new world. And I think
True.
what all of us can do with is some peace of mind. It was my birthday 2 days ago.
Yes, belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Scorpios are the best. They're
Really?
the best.
You're one of the few people to say that?
Because I'm Cancer, I get along with Scorpio.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes,
I get
yes,
along with
yes,
Scorpio.
yes. Oh, good. Okay. So peace of mind and love always, but shallow. You stole my thing. I was going to say a burger, but I think, yeah, just eating whatever I want and never ever putting on weight. That's the dream. That's the craving forever.
Tara and Ahan, wonderful to see you guys.
Lovely to see you.
Thank
From
you,
me,
thank
Hrishi K, and everybody who's watching, listening. Super to have you back at the movies and
Thank
you
you.
in the movies.
Thank you so much.
So, I mean, I've been sitting out there and I've been seeing everybody talking about your dad. I want to talk about your mom.
Yeah, definitely.
So, deja vu, right about this time,
Right.
end of November 2010, your mom, which is actually a charity which was started by your grandmom,
Yeah, my nani, yes.
she calls and she says, we're bringing Bryan Adams to India.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're one of the few guys who do great content in spoken English language. So
Right.
we need a partner. Can we just go out and help this show? Because it's for a charitable cause. It's not so much about Bryan Adams or whoever it is,
Right.
but let's just do something right. And then for the rest of that month, I worked very closely with your mom and your dad also eventually.
Right.
And I'm thinking, what a graceful, wonderful lady, man. I mean, I don't have to tell you. You came from that.
Right.
But I feel she needs more credit on this, man. I mean, and
Definitely.
just the support in your career from your mom.
Right. No, my mom has been a fantastic support system. She doesn't really understand Bollywood. So, she used to give me advice in terms of my mental health and, personally what I should do, not
Wow.
related to films. Obviously when it came down to film, she'd always be like, you should listen to your father, which I always do. But yeah, my mother has been fantastic. Me and my mother share a very, very close relationship. I think it's Atya and my father and me and my mother. Anything that I, want to speak about, I go to my mom for, because I am a very shy person. So, all those emotions that I keep within myself, I think I can only share with two people in my life, and one of them is my mother.
And I believe the charity is still doing well. I mean,
Definitely,
there are annual
definitely.
things. And
Right.
Wow.
We just changed the name from Save the Children to Vipla Foundation.
I believe so. Yeah.
In honor of my nani. So yeah.
So both you and Atya now should get really actively involved in that.
No,
man, because
definitely,
That's what we
Definitely.
need in this country.
Definitely,
really.
I feel like it's very important, even though, I'm carrying my father's legacy forward
Yeah.
in terms of films, but it's very important to do things off screen as well and carry my nani's legacy forward.
True.
So I'm really looking forward to being a part of that journey as well.
So lovely, Tara. You're working with one of the OGs, Milan, and there is a different vibe when you're working with a younger director. And
Right.
by that I don't mean somebody who's your age, but just the people that you worked with. And in that aspect, even Karan, if you compare him to Milan
Right.
age-wise,
Right.
has been younger.
Yeah.
And I see your filmography. This is the first time you're working with somebody who's an OG from the 90s. I mean, Milan's been around forever.
Yes.
Again, a man with a great personality. I love talking to him about horses
Yes.
and a race course.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, he
he's
loves
just,
talking about that.
he's just passionate about
Yes.
so.
Yes.
But working with a man who has a legacy like that, who's old school, but yet be, modern enough to understand your vibe. I'd like you to talk about that.
I loved working with Milan, sir. Like you said, he's a fantastic conversationalist. He can talk about so many things about the film and also not about the film, which I think is so important when you're building a rapport with someone.
True.
I love getting to know everybody that I'm working with, and I had such a fantastic equation with Milan sir all through the film shoot. Even before, when we were just getting to know each other, he is of course so senior and so well respected and loved in the industry, but he never made me feel like I was a newcomer in his film, because I think he's worked with mostly like
Established actors, yeah.
established actors, and we were perhaps
It was his first film
yeah,
where,
with,
you know,
like,
with
newcomers and
as a debutant for me and a newcomer.
and I'm so new in the industry as well, but he never made us feel that way, which is a remarkable thing considering, everybody in this industry talks about when you've worked for a certain amount of years, there is a certain amount of ego that they talk about. And I don't think I ever sensed that in Milan sir. And he's been so wonderful and so chilled out and never sort of instructed us. He sort of
Right.
made it a very friendly atmosphere, which in turn made us feel so comfortable and so at ease in a very intense, what could have been a very intense setup. Before I started acting in film, I was completely in love with the theatre, and I always will be. And I worked with a lot of senior directors there as well. So I was sort of accustomed to working with much older people, and I think I get along much better with older people, maybe because I think that way. I don't really get on very well with most people my age. So for me, it was really seamless and effortless with Milan sir.
Have you heard Sutaria sing?
Of course I have.
Yeah.
She sings very, very well.
I'm a dinosaur dude. I've been around for a couple of decades, but there are a few patches of audio and video which are very close to my heart.
Right.
And one of the trips to my studio, she sang for me, and I
Okay.
still have that video and audio.
Oh,
and when I
gosh.
listen to it, I get goosebumps.
That's so sweet.
That's
I think
amazing.
it's
Thank you.
just time to do
Yeah.
a great musical
I completely agree.
I think she's been wanting to do
where,
one as well.
where
right?
you are singing, but not in Bollywood style, but somebody else is singing.
Yes, I know.
But
No,
you-
I am singing in my next film.
You are?
Eight
Oh.
Villain Returns, yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
so cool. That'll be
Yeah.
wonderful. I look forward to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Saurabh Shukla is another man who I have a lot of admiration for. I've gone and seen him on stage
Right.
doing
But
theatre.
did you
Yeah.
see him in But?
Yeah,
Exceptional.
my God,
Yes.
really exceptional.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that whatever he does in the movies, he invests so much time in the theatre. Like she was talking about theatre people being very passionate and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not easy to have to spar in scenes with a man like that.
Definitely,
and
yeah.
I'm sure you picked up a lot from him.
Yeah, I did. And, he just made me feel so comfortable on set. It was almost as if, he wasn't an actor in front of me. It was almost as if he was a friend in front of me. He didn't.
Such a cool guy.
Yeah, he's super chilled out, and even when we were in between takes, he's a fantastic table tennis player.
Oh,
So we used to play table tennis with each other. I was horrible. But yeah, he just, you didn't get that sense of, oh, he's a senior, he's an experienced actor. He was just very, very relaxed. Like she said about Milan sir, he just made me feel very, very comfortable, which made it very easy for me to perform with him. So it was just a fantastic experience, not only with Saurabh sir, but even with Tara, Kumud sir, everyone.
Yeah.
It was just a great experience overall.
and Preetham's done a great job with the couple of songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
I love that very EDM pop kind of track.
Tere
Where-
Siva,
Tere Siva,
Tere
Jaldi,
Siva,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is it just again deja vu. Took me to parties in the mountains.
Oh, really? Good, that's
So-
the idea,
Yeah,
I
that's-
think.
that's
Yeah.
what we
So
wanted to achieve.
where did you film that? Was it actually up there in the hills?
We actually shot that when COVID was
during the pandemic,
quite
yeah.
crazy,
Wow.
to be honest. But obviously with safety protocols and things like
Yeah.
that, so we were okay. We shot that in
Hrishikesh.
over a couple of days. Our set actually got flooded.
Yeah,
So
every
we
single
had
day
to-
was getting
Every
flooded.
single day would be flooded for a majority of the time that there was daylight, which is when we had to shoot the
Yeah.
song. But luckily we managed and pulled through, and that song is literally still stuck in my
So
head.
my namesake. I'm actually Hrishikesh, but on the radio it sounds cool.
That's
You would know that.
true, That's true.
Yeah, but lovely. I mean, I remember going there as a kid. There was a Lakshman Jhula, and we were very fascinated
Right.
being on that bridge
Oh, sweet.
and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, wow. So a schedule up there. Huh? How many days would that be? Would that be
We
like?
shot the film in Mussoorie.
shot the whole
actually.
film in Mussoorie.
And
So
then we shot the song in
our first scare was before COVID, so that was October to December 2019. So I was there for around 60 days, and then she.
So
joined us
mountain
up.
people, beach people, what? Or both people?
I love the mountains,
Yeah.
so I enjoyed myself.
So did you do the evening walk in the mountains?
Mall,
or-
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a specific Mall Road.
Of
And,
course, the mall road. Yeah.
we did drive a few hours away to Kanatal Forest as well, which was a
Nice.
great experience.
Yeah.
It was freezing, but
It was
we had a
lovely.
good time.
It was
Yeah.
lovely.
And your dad doesn't get enough credit for being emotional.
Yeah,
He's
he's
emotional.
he's super emotional.
I remember when Athiya came on for a debut film,
Right.
and I did an interview, and I just out of the blue called him, and I said, "Dude, I said, Anna, your daughter's just so well behaved and well brought up." Because Athiya is that.
Right.
I mean, no disrespect to you. I'm getting to know you, but
Right.
she's extremely well behaved.
She
and,
is, she
she's
is.
polite, and he got really emotional, dude.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, wow, thank you, this, that." Because I didn't feel it necessary to talk about performances at that point in time,
Right.
but just to share with a parent, because I've got
Mm.
really tiny girls, and as a parent, I was like, maybe I should just tell him that his daughter's really well behaved,
Right,
and
right.
incredibly polite and well brought up. And he was really emotional, and he remembered
Mm.
that because I met him at some Shetty wedding after that, where he's God in the Shetty community. So a friend of mine was a Shetty, he was getting married and this and that.
Right.
He found me in the crowd. And he said, so many people said so many things to me, but you said my daughter's well brought up and well
Yeah.
behaved. That was a lot to me. I said, because I understand the whole vibe, man. So has there been any, or would you just say it's more emotion because it's a father-daughter thing, or is he as emotional about you?
No, I think he's as emotional with
Wow.
me as well. I think it's just anything to do with his kids. Whenever anyone says something good about me or Natya, you can see tears rolling down his eyes. So he's just a very emotional person altogether. Even watching cricket and Team India winning, you see tears coming down his eyes. So that's just how he is as a person. And I know when we see him on screen, he's this macho action hero. But as a person, he's very, very sensitive. And I think that's where I get that from as well.
I want to talk about your part. I mean, it's obvious that Ishani is explosive. Ishana, sorry,
yeah.
Ishana is explosive. Ishana is all those things that rebels are when they're in deeply in love.
Right.
And obviously, when you're writing a part like that, you want somebody who's either the antithesis of that or is going hand in glove in that. So I'm very keen to know about what your character is.
So Ramisa is she's very different to how I am in real life, which is a good thing. And she's like 200 people in one. I think she's just got so much to her. She's really confident. She's really out there. She knows what she wants. She's completely unafraid and fearless, which can be really attractive about her. But she has this sort of aura about her, which I think even in the RX 100 original film, I think the character sort of draws people to her. I think that's a very conscious thing that Ramisa, and I'm sure even Payal Rajput, when she played the character in RX 100, probably thought of it that way as well. She does certain things in the film which are completely, I've never heard of somebody doing something like that. It sort of sets off the story into a very different sort of trajectory. It was really, really exciting to play someone who's got so much to her, because I think it's not your run-of-the-mill love story or run-of-the-mill female lead character in a story at all, which is why I literally immediately said yes to Tadap, because it's crazy.
And you must be liking how perceptions and reactions are changing so slowly. I mean, I'm done with people who come and tell me, "Oh my God, Tara's hot and she's beautiful." I said, she is all of that. There's no doubt about that. And your
I'm done with
co-star
that
will,
too.
your co-star will tell you that. But then, I have to tell them that she's a singer and she's a performer and she's in
Yes.
the theater.
Yes.
And slowly with these parts, are you liking that change? Because more and more
Absolutely.
people are going to come in and tell you that. And that must be
Absolutely.
the biggest validation More than you're
Absolutely.
beautiful and hot, because you are. I mean, there's no two ways
Yes,
about
but
it.
there's so much more to people than how they look, and I am really excited for people to see Tadap for this reason, and my next film as well, Villain Returns, Hero Panti 2, and some other stuff after that, because I think I do want the perception to go beyond what's on the surface, because there's much more interesting stuff under the surface.
Already a legend in the Parsi community, brother.
Oh God! Well,
You know, the
you're
sense of
hoping.
pride that the Bhavas have, which is
Thank
wonderful. I mean,
you,
it's such a
yes.
beautiful, wonderful community. You know, there's such a
The maddest
vibrant
people
force.
were the loveliest people.
Loveliest people,
Yeah.
the greatest
Yeah.
heart and things like that.
Yeah.
The training for this, you know, I always
Right.
feel that guys who have to exude physicality along with drama have their work cut out for them, you know, which is why there's so much admiration for somebody like a Tiger
Yeah.
amongst the new wave. And of course, OGs like your dad and Akshay sir and things like that.
Yeah.
So did you have a dedicated team with you? Who are those people you want to just pay homage and say thank you for?
You know, definitely. I had for this film, you know, I had to put on a lot of weight, a lot of size.
Sure.
I had to put on 11 kilos. So my trainers, Sayan and Rohan, really helped me in terms of that. Just overall, my general team, you know, was fantastic. Whether it be my manager Ajay or my hair and makeup Inder and Ishtiaq, everyone was fantastic. Just really lifted me up. And made me very comfortable on set because they're very experienced. They've worked on films before. It's my first film. So that really helped me. But yeah, in terms of the physicality, yeah, I had to really work hard. I don't put on weight very easily. So I had 6 months to put on 11 kilos.
Damn.
Yeah.
I drink water and I put on weight. Lucky man. Anyway, continue.
And then, yeah, obviously we shot 80% of the film and then COVID happened. So we had a 10-month gap. And that was very difficult because I put on 11 kilos, but then I lost 14 kilos. And then I had 2 months to get back into shape. And then again, my trainers came into the picture and Rohan and Sayan and really, really helped me get back to Ishana's character. So yeah, it was a long journey, and I'm very, very proud of what we've been throughout this journey.
What's your routine? Is it the Pilates? Is it the yoga? Or is it just happiness?
I think it's
There's a
the
glow.
last thing you said.
There's a Tara Sutaria glow.
Oh, that's sweet. No, just joy, happiness. I
Just
don't
joy.
work out and I don't diet, but there is lots of happiness.
What you is, I mean, you've seen enough of the industry now. You know, you've been around. What you is his biggest strength as a performer actor?
Ahan's biggest strength? His vulnerability and sensitivity as a man.
Wow.
I think you see that in the film, you see that even just in general. It's all across his face, it's in his eyes, and I think that'll really help him because I think, and I said this yesterday as well, in a world where everyone tries to make you tougher and stronger and sharper, I think it's just, it's nice to stay soft. And I think
That is a beautiful compliment.
Yeah, it really is.
She could have easily said her stunts and his action
Oh, no.
and his drama and things like that.
Right.
But she just cut right through, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very, very sweet.
Come on now, you have to return the compliment.
No, I think.
try.
What do you think?
No,
is,
it's
what do
definitely
you think
the same.
is the most luminous thing about her?
I think, like she said, she wears her heart on her sleeve. You know, she's very, very emotional, and I think that comes across in this character as well. And yeah, she's just a wonderful person, very sensitive.
Talk football, man. You went to the Euros.
Yeah, I did.
You lucky
Yeah,
guy.
I got a chance to go to the Euros.
And how's it going? Are you back on the pitch with the All Stars playing and things like that?
I'll play every Sunday now because of promotions and stuff. Obviously, you haven't.
What are
been
you?
able
Are
to-
you a midfielder? Are you a striker? What are you, man?
I'm normally a striker, but sometimes they put me in defense, they put me in midfield. Except for goalkeeper, I think I've played every
Got to
position.
take one for the team.
Exactly.
But the most memorable part about being at Euro, what was it?
Just the atmosphere,
Wow.
because of COVID, I was so used to watching empty stadiums, while watching games, you're seeing an empty stadium. And then going into the Euros and 90,000 fans. We went from being at home, not interacting with too many people, and then I went to London and I went to the stadium. It was 90,000 people, and the sound, people screaming, people singing. Yeah, that was fantastic. I'm actually getting goosebumps right now
Yeah, I
as
can
I
imagine,
speak.
man.
Yeah. So
And at club level, which club do you
club I
support?
support Chelsea, so we're doing very, very well right now. We're on top of the league.
So do
it's-
you exchange notes with Junior B?
Yeah,
He's a Chelsea fiend.
yeah, him and Arjun Kapoor.
And Arjun,
yeah.
yeah.
Whenever whenever there's a Chelsea game on, we're messaging each other, sending each other pictures and stuff like that. So yeah,
Sorry,
It's good.
you're probably surrounded by
That's
boys
okay.
talking
She-
games and football.
She
used
actually
to- I
supports
used to follow-
Liverpool as well.
Oh, you do?
So when you were like Chelsea, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
but we're doing better than them. So
Nice.
I mean,
Well, for
it was
now.
heartbreaking for me when Gerard quit. I mean, that was the day, man. It was
Really?
just, yeah.
You support? Sorry, who do you support?
Yeah. Right now, I can't say I support anybody.
You know, I haven't even watched.
But I used to,
football
at
in a
one
long
point in
so it's
time,
fine.
I was more a player person than a club person.
right,
But for me, it was Gerard.
Yeah.
It was Beckham when he was at Man U.
Right.
Of course.
It's great. And now you can now go back and start watching all your Phantom of the Operas and big operas now that
I
everything's
already
opening up.
did.
Yeah?
I just went to London and I caught it the second I was there. I do it every time I'm there, so luckily
But
I did.
didn't you catch anything new? I mean, anything new that's on?
I didn't have
apart
time.
from-
We were shooting Hero Panthi in London. I didn't have time for anything else. I was like, Phantom it is.
Oh.
So I went and got it
And
again.
it's one of those things that each time you see it, you get a different perspective, isn't
Absolutely. And they have changed it a little bit. And I know every line and every breath of that musical. So it's my 12th or 13th time that I'm watching it, but still fantastic as ever.
Yeah? Tadap is a craving. What do you crave for the most?
Happiness. I think that's very important part of life. I feel like when you're happy, everything around you, just seems to work. And I think people forget that, that's a very important aspect of
True.
life. They're so busy in terms of work that they forget what happiness is. And I feel like that's something that's very, very important to me. And I wish, I continue to be as happy as I am today.
I'm talking to shallow level. Like the middle of the night, Theobroma cheesecake. So at a shallow level, what do you crave
What do I crave for? Just a nice burger,
I was going to say the same thing.
a nice burger, a nice
Forget about the brands, but
Right.
what is it? Would you like a vegetarian burger, a chicken burger? What kind of burger are we talking about?
meat.
Nicely loaded one
Nah,
with
like-
all the salads and the
Full of
veggies and
everything.
everything.
Yeah, and full of everything. Yeah, that's what I'm actually craving that now
Yeah,
because you
same,
brought it up. So
Thanks, guys. I'm thinking about a burger.
What dost thou crave?
Oh, gosh.
You can
well,
talk about the
apart
larger
from
one, like
burger,
there could be happiness, whatever. That and then at the shallow level.
Well, so non-shallow level, I think I'm going to go for peace of mind because this profession and
Nice.
just today's, just the time that we're in now after COVID and we're getting out of a very stressful, difficult, it's a new world. And I think
True.
what all of us can do with is some peace of mind. It was my birthday 2 days ago.
Yes,
and
belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Scorpios are the best. They're the
Really?
best.
You're one of the few people to say that
Because
when
I'm
I
Cancer,
say-
I get along with Scorpio.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes,
I get
yes,
along with
yes,
Scorpio.
yes.
yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So peace of mind and love always, but shallow. Now you stole my thing. I was gonna say a burger, but I think, yeah, just eating whatever I want and never ever putting on weight. That's the dream. That's the craving forever.
You guys are lovely.
thank you so
All the
much.
best.
Thank you
Can't wait
so
to see your debut, bro.
Thank you,
And
thank you,
You going on from strength
Thank
to
you so
strength.
much.
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.